My heart really goes out to the filmmakers that have just begun, the solo creators trying to make it on their own. Just like me, we're pulled in every direction when it comes to what camera gear we should buy. But today, at least when it comes to drones, I have an answer. Many of us starting out are intimidated by the idea of committing to a drone, especially if we've just bought our first camera. Most would probably say, first, get used to your camera, then think about a drone, but I disagree. A drone, no matter how early you are in your filmmaking journey, will maximize your creativity, your ability to share your story. And with the Air 3, I'll show you why. By the way, this isn't a sponsored video, nor is this a particularly technical / some sort of comparison type of video. These are just my honest thoughts. The first thing about drone shots outside of visual insanity is the amount of creative freedom they can add to your storytelling. The most common use of this is the establishing shot, where you can use the scale a drone can show to bring whoever's watching your videos into the story, or the exact opposite, the closing shot, which you can use that same scale to lead someone out of your story. But my favorite way of storytelling with the drone is to show movement, capturing action, or demonstrating travel. So before the Air 3, we only got one camera with our drones, unless you wanted to dish out 3K for the Mavic 3 Pro, and 3K because you should really only be investing in the Fly More combos. But now with the Air 3, we get two cameras, the 24mm, which we all love and know, as well as the 70mm, which is just about everything you'll ever need from a drone. The best part being that now you can pretty much create any unique visual perspective that you can imagine. And you know what? Let me just show you. Ever since I've come to Minneapolis, I couldn't wait to capture the city on film. More than simply arriving at a new place, it feels as if I've discovered a whole new canvas to paint, experiences that are yet to be had, people that are yet to be met, and futures that are yet to unfold. It makes me excited. If this is how Minneapolis makes me feel, I can't wait to get a feel of the rest of the world. The second component here is that drones in general give you a great experience to talk about within your stories as well. Before Minneapolis, I wanted to spend some of my last moments in San Diego at my favorite location, the Gliderport Cliffs. But of course, this always has to happen, doesn't it?
Did it crash?
Normal activity nowadays. Yeah, actually it does kind of suck, I'm not gonna lie. But it wouldn't be Concept New Era without a broken drone.
This is only the 20th time, woo!
It could be about flying in a cool new location, whatever really, or it could be a drone crash like mine, which is inevitable for any up-and-coming drone pilot. But honestly, with the Air 3's new omnidirectional sensors, clearly you can see that she is directly behind me. And what I'm gonna do now is simply press forward. I truly find frequent drone crashes being a thing of the past. Now, most of us are going to be afraid of buying new camera gear, especially in the beginning. And when we do buy new camera gear, it's going to typically be out of impulse, something like excitement or hype from the marketing, or rationale, something like, I'll probably need this camera gear for my jobs, for my videos, or whatever else. This is something I call an expense mindset. And over a long enough period of time, to me, this is a losing framework, because you're probably gonna start questioning what you bought before, during, or after. So what I do instead is come from a framework I call the investment mindset. In other words, will X, the gear, fulfill all of my needs, Y, for at least the next 3 to 5 years? And if the answer is yes, then I'll commit. There's no hesitation whatsoever. And ever since then, I've frequently used all of my camera gear, and it's very difficult for me to lose the excitement about using those pieces. Case in point, the Air 3. Does it meet all of my needs as a creator? Well, here are the questions. Does it have a massive battery life / flight time? Can it fly well in extreme weather conditions? Can it shoot 10-bit color? Can it retain incredible image quality in most, if not all, lighting conditions? Does it have multiple cameras? And if it does, do both cameras have access to the same color profiles, same image qualities? Can it shoot high quality vertical video? Does it come with a controller where I don't have to use my phone? Is it portable? And lastly, is it at a reasonable price point on the market relative to my budget? Those questions probably cover every concern any beginner filmmaker would have about a drone. And as far as my thoughts go, ever since the Mavic Air 2's era, there hasn't been another drone that answers all of those questions outside of the Air 3 relative to when they came out. The Mini 3 Pro was close, but it doesn't handle harsh weather conditions very well, and it doesn't have multiple cameras. The Mavic 3 Pro is a phenomenal drone, but it is quite expensive for the up-and-coming creator. Also, it doesn't have matching color profiles across all of its cameras. It's not that portable, it's pretty heavy. The Air 2S is a great drone as well, but it doesn't have multiple cameras and it doesn't shoot vertical video. So considering all of that, the Air 3 pretty much dominates every other drone, and that's not even mentioning the other insane features that it has, like waypoints where you can basically set a flight path and it'll follow it every single time. Another reason you might be afraid of investing in a drone is because of the learning curve. Well, I'm here to tell you that the learning curve for flying drones is pretty much non-existent. With every iteration of these drones, the Air 3 being no exception, they become more and more intuitive, they become easier to handle, and even safer. I guarantee that you will find yourself flying the drone confidently within 20 minutes, and I promise you, it's going to feel fucking awesome. What's incredible about having a good drone by your side is that filmmaking becomes exponentially more adventurous. I'm sure you know this feeling, that feeling you get when you have a new camera or a new lens, that feeling where you want to go outside and shoot everything. Well, with a drone, it's a bit more than that. A drone inspires adventure, a drive to explore new places just to see what perspectives you might encounter, to capture moments that will become memories or stories in ways that make you want to share your journeys with the world. And the Air 3, with all of its features and upgrades, takes that feeling to a whole new level. As you know, my heart truly does go out to the aspiring filmmakers and creatives that are building to make it on their own. So, I've created a few resources for you. All of it's free, might as well check it out, see what advantages you can get out of it, and if you're up for it, leave a review. First off, you can sign up for a 30-minute filmmaking coaching call with me where I'll personally help you with any sort of filmmaking in any kind of video production, whether it's YouTube, whether it's freelance or professional. But what I highly recommend you check out is my ebook, The Beginner's Guide to Cinematic YouTube Videos. It's the one thing I wish I had when I started out filmmaking / YouTube. It's 44 pages, a real deep dive into everything from what camera gear you should consider, to what filmmaking and editing skills you should learn, to how to actually script write a compelling YouTube video. And everything you learn in my ebook will directly translate to any kind of video production. Lastly, you can sign up for my newsletter where you'll get some of my YouTube scripts for your reference and much more. This is my way of giving back and genuinely showing appreciation to all of you that have supported me, so I hope you make the most of it. Other than that, subscribe, and as always, let's force that skyrocket into our lives. See you next time.